you're still struggling with saying you're sorry, your marriage is not for you. Please. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okwemi Goddess, and on this channel I talk about love and relationships, marriage, lifestyle, nursing, and basically everything fun. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much guys for sticking to this channel. I really love you guys and God bless you. Anyways guys, today we're talking about something very controversial. You can already tell from the title of this video. A lot of people ask me, and then even me before I got married, I remember that I used to ask the same question, like, when do I know when it's the right time to get married? How do I know, if I'm ripe enough, to get married? How do I know if I'm actually ready to get married? And basically, at what age should I get married? When is the right time to get married? I asked all those questions before I got married because I was also very confused, and people still ask me that same question, like, how do I know when I'm ready to get married? How do I know the right time to get married? At what age should I actually get married? Guys, I'll be answering all these questions today. So let's get to the business of the day. So guys, the first thing you need to do, to know if you're actually ready to get married is to discover your purpose. So have you discovered your purpose? You need to ask that question. Have you discovered your purpose? Have you discovered your identity in life? Have you been able to explore your interest, your passion, your things that you're so passionate about, things that you will actually do even if you're not being paid a dime to do those things. You need to find your passion, find what you're passionate about, discover your purpose. You need a lot of self-discovery. And this is the first thing you need to even do before you get into marriage itself. So you want to be sure that you've discovered your passion, you've been able to explore your interest, you've explored your talent and your gift, and basically you've been able to maximize them. So when you've done that, then the next thing you need to do is, guys, you need to love yourself. You need to find happiness with yourself, and this is very essential. When you've been able to find happiness by yourself, when you've been able to be happy all by yourself, when you're in a position where you love yourself regardless of anything, then I think you're ready to get married. The third way to know if you're actually ready to get married is if you're financially stable. I know this is like something that is very, very essential, and at times it can actually be controversial. Some people have the school of thought that you really don't need to have so much money to get married. So guys, you really need to be financially stable before you head over to get married, and you really don't need to earn so much money to get married, but at least earn something that can feed two people, at least two people. Another thing that I feel that will give you an idea of either you're ready to get married or not is if you're no longer looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. I know a lot of people look out for a perfect person. Guys, there is never a perfect person to get married to. There's no perfect man and there's no perfect woman. So the moment you stop looking for a perfect man or a perfect woman, I think you're ready to get married. When you stop looking out for that tall, dark and handsome guy that works in an oil and gas firm, that is so rich, that drives a particular kind of car, that lives in a particular kind of house. When you don't have all those superficial or physical checklists that you're looking out for in a man, and vice versa for a man as well, when you stop looking out for superficial attributes like, oh, is she curvy, is she pretty, blah 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 blah, the moment you start looking out for attributes that are beyond superficial, that are no longer like physical, then I think you're ready to get married. When you're looking out for things that are like very deep, like, is the person virtuous? Is the person hardworking? Is the person God-fearing? Is the person intelligent? You want to know if the person is intelligent, if the person can actually strike a great conversation. You want to know deeper things, deeper attributes. So the moment you stop looking out for superficial or physical things, I'm not saying that you shouldn't look out for beauty. Beauty is very essential, but really, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Whatever you perceive as being beautiful or being pleasant in your own eyes might actually not be pleasant in somebody else's eyes. That is why beauty is actually like relative. Anyways guys, the moment you're not looking for perfection in an individual, I think at that moment you're actually ready to get married. Okay guys, the thing is very, very funny. How you would know that you're ready to marry, guys? If you're able to swallow your pride and apologize. So guys, if you're still struggling with saying you're sorry, your marriage is not for you. Please, please, and please don't get married if you're still struggling to say I'm sorry. I mean, you just had a misunderstanding with your friend and you can't even say you're sorry, despite the fact that you're the one at fault. And even when you're not at fault, you just had a misunderstanding with your sibling and you're still finding it so hard to say you're sorry. Or you just had a fight with your parents and you still can't say you're sorry because you are so full of pride. Guys, if you're still so full of pride and you can't swallow your pride and just say I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, guys, you're not ready to get married. Guys, the next thing that would give you an idea of whether or not you're ready to get married is if you're able to have mature conversations, mature discussions without throwing tantrums. Guys, a lot of us are guilty of this, especially when you're being corrected. I know I'm guilty of this, like when you're being corrected and someone just told you, oh, I think what you did is wrong, I think you should have done it this way, blah 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 blah, and you just start throwing tantrums. Like it's like getting angry, like no, it should be done this way, blah blah blah. Guys, if you still want everything to go according to your own plan, you want to always have your way, then I think you're not ready to get married, seriously. Because in marriage, guys, it can never always be your own way. Things will not always go as you plan. I mean, you plan. So in marriage, there's a lot of flexibility. So if you're still the kind of person that would never ever agree to someone else's plan, you want to always have your own way, you want things to go the way you have planned it to be, guys, it will never work. So you have to work on that first. Ensure that you're always listening to people. Even if you're not in a relationship at the moment, ensure you're always listening to people's ideas. You're not only like overwhelmed with your own ideas. Ensure that you have open ears and you're just willing to accommodate other people's ideas and opinions. Lastly, guys, how you know you're ready for marriage is when you're more concerned about the marriage than the wedding. I'm sorry because I just busted somebody's bubble now. I know a lot of us, especially women, you're actually dreaming about the wedding, how you wear your Cinderella kind of dress, how the fireworks will go, how the photography will be like, how your father will walk you down the aisle and all that. Guys, those things are very, very great. I'm definitely not against all those things, but you will know when you're ready to get married when those things don't really matter to you. Of course, you want those things, you want a beautiful ceremony, but they're not like your primary concern. When your concern is actually having a great marriage and you're looking forward to having a great marriage and not necessarily a great wedding, all I'm just saying is that it gets to a point that you're no longer bothered about the glamour of a wedding. Do you get? You're no longer bothered about the glamour, the glitz of a perfect wedding. You're more concerned about the marriage. So you're actually preparing yourself for marriage and not the wedding. I know a lot of people would rather prepare themselves for the wedding and not prepare themselves for marriage. So when you're ready to get married, when you start preparing yourself for marriage and not necessarily the wedding. Guys, I hope these things I've mentioned are able to guide you on your way to discovering the right time to get married. I also like to mention that, guys, there's really no perfect age or the ideal age to get married. I know people have different opinions. Some would say it's good to marry pretty much early, especially for women. I know a lot of people say it's better to marry before you're 25, but of course some of us, we never married before 25 and some of us did not. And the truth is, some of us will end up marrying in their 30s. Some people will end up marrying in their 30s. Some will end up marrying in their late 20s. Some will marry in their mid-20s. And some might be lucky to get married in their early 20s. Guys, there's really no perfect age to get married. You can marry in your 40s. You can get married in your 50s. The major thing is just to ensure that you're happy, you found true love, and you're actually not miserable in marriage. So guys, there's really no perfect age to get married, and don't be deceived if someone tells you that, oh, this is the perfect age. I've seen people who go married at 20. I have friends that actually go married pretty much early, like 21, immediately after their youth service, and they are still happily married to date. And I've also seen people who married in their 30s and they are divorced at the moment. So there is really no perfect age to get married. It all I don't know, it just boils down to your own personal maturity, how fast you're able to develop mentally, physically, financially, and of course the other things I mentioned as well. They have to they have to be put in consideration when you're preparing to get married, or if you really want to know the right time for you to get married. Guys, if you have any other thing in mind that I actually didn't mention, please drop them in the comment section. So how do you know if you're ready to get married? If you have other ideas, just drop them in the comment section and I'll be in the comment section reading. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and please click the notification button so you always be notified whenever I put up videos on my channel. Thank you so much guys for watching. I really love you. See you in the next video. Bye.